Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. While the presidency is really getting very vexed over what Peter Obi is doing, in fact, just like what Dino Malai said so many hours ago, is telling Peter Obi, you're a good guy, you're a nice guy, but please, this is not your time. But the presidency, by virtue, through the person of Loretta Onoche, seem to have a different position for Peter Obi. Say, whatever the case is, come on, you're going nowhere. This is a position that suits you. Forget about the issue of presidency. The moment you're going to find out what she said and the position she feels that it's okay for Peter Obi to vie for and stop disturbing Nigerian space. And then again, the Northern Group Arewa coalition have decided, just to tell you how important Peter Obi project is to them. Some of them from other neighboring states have decided to, because of lack of space, since it is actually the contribution for themselves, they're contributing both their time, their resources. They have decided that they are going to sleep over in mosques, and in nearby mosques around the state, so that they can meet up with the meeting stakeholders meeting, the final launch of it, of course, that happens today. You're going to see the pictures where some of them slept in mosques, several mosques, just for this purpose. Honestly, talk about sacrifices for Peter Obi. Honestly, it's overwhelming. And then again, in another news, same relative news, pastors are talking, and they have decided to tell one reason why Peter Obi may have the vote of Nigerians and the political elite can barely do anything about it. Okay, we're going to start with what the clergymen are saying about the people coming in for Peter Obi. We're doing a live discussion with Edmond about the affairs of the nation, revealing why the poor masses are rooting for presidential flag bearer of the Labour Party, Peter Gregory Obi, ahead of the forthcoming general elections. According to Reverend Sam Adesuwa, several issues haven't been addressed by those in power. He went on to say that the gap between politicians and the poor masses is very wide, and this is why some politicians don't know that some Nigerians are going through hardship. He went on to say that Peter Obi's humility is a major reason why the poor masses want him to become the successor of President Muhammadu Buhari when he leaves Aso Rock Villa, Nigeria's citadel of power, in 2023. Wow, this is quite interesting. Then, of course, here is what Loretta Onochie said that is almost causing a lot of rancor on social media. But the president, Buhari's aide, Loretta Onochie, lashes out at Peter Obi, says he is not fit to become Nigerian president. I quote her. I have carefully studied the leadership style of Peter Obi right from the time he was the governor of Anambra State, and concluded that he is not fit enough to rule this country. Peter Obi doesn't have the qualities needed to steer the leadership ship of this country because he's unprepared and may not know where to begin if he's elected. Apart from becoming a state governor, he doesn't have any federal leadership experience, unlike Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whose experience and vast in all sectors of our economy. Now, wow. Nigeria doesn't need someone who will be using Chinese figures to deceive himself and his gullible IPOB supporters all over the internet. He should better withdraw or go for a senatorial position because it's obvious he's going nowhere. Honestly, it's okay you can you can support any candidate you want. It's a choice, and we still have freedom of choice. But to see Peter Obi is not prepared, I that's like calling white red. That's like calling white black. Somebody who have been a CEO, someone who have been a board in a bank. A bank is not a one-man business, for crying out loud. And it hasn't failed. Somebody who have attended Harvard, attended all sorts of schools. Please, with due respect to everybody, how many of Nigerian president, how many president has Nigeria ever produced from democracy, from our days of democracy, 1999 to date, that have gone through the levels and series of education that Peter Obi have gone? None. None. We have never tried the elite, as in educationally elite. Can we try one? Somebody who have tried his hands in banking and he succeeded? Come on. If you can give presidency to someone who is a CUSAT holder, why can't we give it to someone who have attended business schools that can make it different? I'm not routing, I'm not condemning anyone. I'm just trying to, bring this to fore. You can support anybody you want to, but don't, in the bid of smearing the person or bringing out the person, you're actually promoting him. You say you have studied his leadership skills, style, and what did you find wanting that he doesn't have federal power? What does it take? Somebody, just like you saying Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a CEO, still is a CEO, and it wasn't difficult for him to just enter the seat of presidency. Somebody who have tested himself several on leadership skills practically. Asiwaju is good. You can't take that away from him. But we're talking about his age. Yeah, Asiwaju is old. He's okay. He's a city boy. They call him city boy. Our Nollywood star, they call him city boy. I don't know why they call him boy, because that's a man. But they decided to make him look youthful, calling him city boy. But his hands are shaking. When he holds the flag, he practically shakes. And okay, let's assume that is not age. It's a young city boy, just that his hands are shaking. And that means he's not feeling well. For a young city boy's hands to shake, maybe he has health issues. I'm just trying to look at videos that have gone viral on social media over the issue of Asiwaju's physical health. Nigeria is vast. Nigeria is huge. Nigeria is made up of so many things, and we have too many problems bedeviling the country right now. You don't need someone who will go in there. By the time they give him one problem, he may need to go for medical checkup. And Nigeria is not a country where anybody will rule in absentia. Because if you go out in 1 week, what can happen in 1 week can clean up all whatever good work you have done in 1 month. So Nigeria needs a sitting in president, not the one that may not have all the time, because he needs to be sound to do that. You can't take away Asiwaju. Asiwaju is good. He did governorship. He did his tenure in Lagos. He did well. You can't, don't, please. I'm not a tribalistic bigot. I call a spade a spade. Asiwaju, when it comes to leadership, give it to him. He raises men. Though again, he also has a way of always making them very loyal to him. So to speak, it's not a case of leadership by choice or leadership by appointment, not really by the electorate. But then again, people will attest to it that Asiwaju is good, but he's not a young man anymore. So we need this baton to be passed to younger people, so that bridge that gap will be bridged. That's why you're seeing a lot of people. There seem to be a lot of endorsement coming here and there for him, especially from the masses, having seen the level of poverty and insecurity in Nigerians office. It may be a tough task, but honestly, it's worth trying. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our conversation. What's your take on what Laura Chair has said? Let's interact.